Hi, welcome to the AgeDEFY podcast, the member experience. This is where the members get to tell you all about their AgeDEFY experience. This is episode 2. Episode 2 is with Ashley. I am so excited to introduce to you my friend, Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Donnell. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so happy that you're here. Here's how I'd like to start this episode. Let us know all about you. What's your name, where you're from, your age, how you found AgeDEFY, and how long you've been an AgeDEFY member. We want to know all about you before we get started with the interview.
All right. My name is Ashley. I'm 33 years old. I'm from California. I have been with AgeDEFY for 2.5 years now, and I found you through TikTok.
Everyone found me through TikTok. I love it. So what did you mean by you found me through TikTok, though? You just saw some videos and then you signed up, or how'd that work?
I want to say I found an mobility flow video, which is beautiful. It's captivating. I followed you right then. I watched you for quite a while. I was always interested, but there was one video you made. It must have been 2.5 years ago. And you told us something you were going through, and you said, I need more people to sign up by the end of this month so I can reach a goal. And I remember seeing that, and the ask got me. And I said, I'll do it.
Oh my goodness. That's right. That was when my truck broke down and I had to buy a new truck.
That's it. It was your truck broke down, and I was like, I'm going to help her buy a truck.
Oh, and you did. And now 2.5 years later, I mean, did you think you'd be here for 2.5 years, or was it just you were going to help me for that month kind of thing?
I didn't go into it with any short-term goal. I never was planning to leave. I just, at that point, it was still mid-COVID, I think. So I stayed with my gym through COVID, but they kind of still hadn't opened up the inside, and I had a home gym, and I was like, you know what, I need to utilize this home gym. I'll sign up for this program and do that, and I never stopped.
I love it so much. So tell us, what are your favorite AgeDEFY workouts?
Oh my goodness. Mobility flow and flow motion, 100%.
I love that you love flow motion. I
I
love
love
it.
flow motion so much. It's so fun.
I know. And it's such good movement therapy for you, office therapy for you as an esthetician who works with their hands and wrists, keeping your hands strong, your wrists mobile, your arms strong, your shoulders protected. It just helps in so many ways, I think. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I have to
reverses
tell
the
you, I
office.
did a gym at I did a class at my gym yesterday, and it was a Bosu ball class where it's the half yoga ball.
Mm-hmm.
She had us doing tiger balancing on the upside down Bosu, and I did the whole thing. I killed it.
Nice. I love it. Nice work. And remember when we first started, could you even do Tiger? I mean, how was Tiger for you when we first started? Was
Oh, it
it
was hard. I
hard,
was
right?
shaking. I don't know if I could hold it for even maybe more than an 8 count at the start.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how everyone starts though, right? And now look at you. You're in public classes holding it on a Bosu. I love it. So mobility flow and flow motion. So those are the two. How do you use your AgeDEFY membership?
I use everything. So I have a habit tracker. I track my habits, and on there for my daily habits, I have at least a Patreon, and I have a category for movement, which is either an AgeDEFY class or a class in my gym. So I try and do a Patreon no matter what, and something outside of that. I want to say 50% of the time I do an online class, and then I try to come to as many live classes as I can.
Mm-hmm. And how do you pick your online classes on the AgeDEFY online website? Do you follow the live class schedule, the ones that I choose for you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So that change in the system has been helpful to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, I used to just go based on how much time I had. So I would just pull up a bunch, and whatever video matched how much time I had, I would do that.
Do you like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been trying to do more of the online videos at the 30-minute mark,
I
35
did
minute mark.
notice that.
You
Yeah.
have been noticing that. Do you think that's
Yeah.
easier for you to get online workouts in, or are you missing the 45 minute?
I kind of
workouts?
miss the 45 minutes, but that's because I'm really used to it and I really appreciate the warm up segment and how you go back and forth between things. But I think for most people out there, 30 minutes is probably more digestible.
Yes, but I always want something for everyone, right? So I am taking in this feedback and I kind of knew the answer right as I was asking you the question anyway. So I already know that some of those online workouts will be 45-minute options as we move into January, okay? So they will come back to you, especially your mobility flow and flow motion ones.
Yes.
All right, so what was the next question? I didn't have it down. So this is kind of a deep question, but in a way, I do think Age Defy can change people's lives, and it has changed my life. And I've heard the stories of how it has changed so many people's lives, and now I just want to get the stories out there. How has Age Defy changed your life?
You know, what comes to mind to me is something so interesting, and I've talked to you about this before. AgeDefy has changed the way I walk and the way I breathe, and I notice it all the time. I have to walk my dogs first thing in the morning every day, and sometimes I'm really tired, and I'll notice I'm slumped over, my chest isn't up, I'm not pushing into the ground, and as soon as I make that change, it's like you get taller, you breathe better, putting intention in to your movement is life changing. And it's something that over time I've noticed is something that triggers in me more and more through the day. So as I'm just walking through the store, in between clients at work, I'll remember to pull my shoulders back, stand more upright, and walk with intention. And it
And
feels really good.
and live in your inhale.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so it's changed your life because that attention to detail to your posture and to your breath, not just in the Age Defy classes, but in everyday moments in your life, has that just changed? Like it's lifted your mood, increased your energy. Like you think that's
Yeah.
some of the
Yeah.
changes?
Lifted mood, increased my energy, makes me feel better all through the day in the moment, and just remembering to be intentional and remembering to be present.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell that spills over into everything in life. When your body is tapped into what you're doing, your mind is better, your focus is better. And I know you mentioned you can see it in other people walking around. You see how it's like you see gravity pulling on them, and it reminds me to fight against that.
Mm-hmm. And do you find yourself looking at other people around you within your day as well? Are you
Yeah,
looking at
I
how
do all
people
the
hold
time.
themselves? Yeah, because we learn from
Yeah.
other people, and it makes you realize how lucky we are at Age Defy, I think, right? I was at a wrestling tournament yesterday, and I saw all these people with like, cushioned chairs that they were sitting on in the bleachers, and I just was like, this is the kind of stuff that we have to battle against. Anytime you start to cushion things and make your environment softer, your body becomes softer and it becomes aged, right? And so the whole time
Mhm.
I was at the wrestling tournament, I just kept the Age Defy posture and felt good. And I want that message to spread because when you see people sitting in bad posture, you know that if they were just to lift their chest and take a deep breath in, a lot could change for them, right? So
Yeah.
I love that that's spilling over into your everyday life. What would you suggest to new members, like somebody that wants to sign up on January 1st and turn over a new leaf in 2025? What would you suggest for them to do?
So my biggest lesson of 2024 was I read Atomic Habits, and I really, really got into learning about how we build a habit, start a habit, keep a habit, and change our habits. So what I would say is I think if people are struggling to just show up for themselves, I would commit to doing a Patreon a day. Commit
Mm.
to showing up for 10 minutes. And over time, that will get better and better. And as you get used to showing up, doing the longer classes gets easier and easier. I think we can all find an hour a day to carve out, but it's easier to start with that 10-minute mark.
It really is. I say it all the time, and now you've heard it from Ashley, but if everyone would just do 10 minutes of movement therapy every day, you would feel better. And I know that I asked Ashley all the things that has changed, her energy, her mood, everything, but really it all comes down to one thing. I just want everyone to feel better. And I do think that when you practice AgeDEFY, the classes, the Patreon, the videos in everyday life, you do feel better. And when you feel better, you just live better, I think. And so I would suggest the same thing to new members. If you're like, I don't even know where to get started, start with 10 minutes a day on Patreon. But what about the live classes? Would you suggest the live classes to everyone?
Yes. Oh my gosh. If people can get to a live class, that's my favorite thing ever. It's
Hmm.
energy is so good. It's so great to be able to talk to you and for you to be able to see us and give that feedback in a one-to-one sort of way.
Hmm. Even if it's in a group. So Ashley's saying that after every live class, I offer after class coaching, and people can stick around for as long as they want and ask questions. And but also, even if Ashley ask me a question about, let's say, her lower back, there are three other people that have maybe some questions about their lower back. So what you learn from Ashley and I's discussion is part of the coaching experience. Whether you ask questions, get involved in the coaching, even just sitting in and listening to the coaching has a lot of value. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I tell is, I've gotten quite a few people I know to sign up, and
I
I
know, I
tell
love
them
that.
you don't even have to have your camera on. I think
Yes.
that part freaks people out that other people might be watching them, which
Mm.
is watching you. We're all watching Donnell.
Hmm.
And also, if you can have your camera off, that makes you feel better by all means.
And a lot of people have their camera on. They come on and we talk in the morning. Then when the workout starts, they shut off their camera. Some people leave their camera on because sometimes I can watch you guys. I'll walk up to the screen and I'll watch something on Ashley and I can see that Ashley's shoulder's up here when I want it down here. And I can say, Ash, drop your shoulder, right? Lift your chest. So if I see something on the screen. So there's a value in leaving your camera on, but definitely for new members, didn't realize that so many people had that type of that type of thought process, but you're so correct. You don't have to have the camera on. You don't even have to talk. You don't have to be involved at all. You can just be a part of the energy of the community just by showing up. One thing Deb and I talked about too, Ashley, have you ever done this where have you ever come to a live class where you didn't have the full time to get through the class, but you're like, I have 20 minutes. I'm just going to join for 20 minutes. I mean, have you done that before?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to either leave like the minute class ends or sometimes leave a little bit early in order to get to work. And yeah, I'll still definitely do it.
Because every minute counts. Do you agree?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
if you were a new member, you would start with 10 minutes of Patreon a day, get into a live class, and then what else would you suggest? Would you suggest that what if they are like, I just don't understand this. Tiger's too hard, or I can't do that. I can't lift my arms over my head. My shoulder hurts. What would you suggest to somebody that has that conversation with themselves if they take a class of mine and it's too hard for them in the beginning? What would you tell them?
Well, there is modifications 100% of the time. And everything that people see in flow motion is the end product of, I mean, usually 40 minutes of getting up to that final product. And everything is taken step by step. You break things down so well. And most of us aren't doing that final product when we first start. We all
Right.
build it.
Right. Did you think that you would be so comfortable doing Tiger 2 years later when you first started? There's no way, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But you have to just believe in the magic, and once you get there, it's a feeling that just can't be described. And the only way to get there is by keep showing up on a daily basis, you know,
Mhm.
right? And so do you believe in daily movement?
Yeah, absolutely. That it is non-negotiable for me. It's how much time I do it that changes. So for me, for the Patreon, every single day, I have the same morning routine every single day. I do my journal, make my morning drink, and my cue is when I'm done with my morning drink, I do a Patreon. That happens 100% of the time.
I love that, Ashley. I love it. It makes me feel really good about starting Patreon,
Yeah,
right?
I'm really glad you did because I used to do maybe like a piece of the online videos. Or, you used to have like 10-20 minute video sections in there. I think you still do.
Hmm.
And I would do those, but the Patreons are just, it's made for that. It's very easy.
Yeah, I have an idea for January too. I think we're going to do Morning Groove in January, and then in
Yes,
February
I
we're
was
going
going
to,
to say that because
yeah.
your Patreon, I think right now there's only two that are named morning. And I was like, you know what? That should be bigger.
Oh, I'm going to change the whole collection studio too. That's my goal too before January. But yeah, Morning Groove in January, and then February will be sleep therapy. So like 10 minutes of Morning Groove workouts in January, 10 minutes of sleep therapy in February, and then we'll see what happens in March. Maybe we'll go back to like strong or something.
Mhm.
But do
And
you
I
like,
use the Patreons at night a lot too, actually. I like the sleep therapy idea, and
yeah.
I do a lot.
And you can use any of the workouts for sleep therapy and morning groove, right? But it's just that's going to be the specific themes for the next 2 months. So I'm excited about announcing those. This isn't going to be a part of the interview, just so you know. But
That's okay.
I'm just talking to you. Uh, well, let's see here. I'm going to edit that part out. Okay, so we did the advice. That was our fourth question, right? Oh, I have one more, and then we're done. So, what are you excited about for 2025 with AgeDEFY?
I'm actually really excited for the cardio, which I can't believe that's even coming out of my mouth, but it's really, you've gotten me to grow to really like it. And I actually really like that you've been talking about the heart rate monitoring. I know I don't have the MyZone, but my watch has a very similar
Mm-hmm.
program, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really fun to see your stats and track these things over time, and it feels
Mm-hmm.
really good after. And I am somebody who avoided cardio my whole entire life. I've always hated it. um, but I know I need it, and doing it along with a coach who's pushing you is great.
Yes, and are you going to do the cardio training using the step flow, right? The step flow classes on Monday mornings,
Mhm.
and then the gym workouts is that how we're going to do? Oh, and strong. You'll do it with strong too. So
Yeah, for
step
sure.
flow,
Strong
strong, and the
step
gym workouts.
and the gym. Also, I am for sure starting my 10,000 steps a day.
Oh,
It's not on my little tracker yet, but I have been doing it as much as I feel like I can this month in order to make it something I track, and it's a goal next month.
well, and the elliptical workouts will track those as steps too. So
Mhm.
those will count, right? So, I kind of gave up on the 10,000 steps right now, focusing just on the gym workouts, taking it to the next level. But with the elliptical workouts, I always wear my phone so I get those steps in. Those are the 10,000 days
Yeah.
when I do the elliptical. So I don't even know why I'm doing this because I don't even use the handlebars, but but I can help you get your 10,000 steps in January with the gym workouts is what I guess I'm trying to say. I can
Yeah.
help get you to that goal. You can do it on most days, but on the gym workout days, I think that will help to, find those 10,000 steps with ease.
Yeah.
But
I
you're from
saw a video the other day, and they were talking about just successful people and things that they do. And they were saying they have never interviewed somebody who is successful in all of the areas they want to be successful in life, who only gets 2,000 steps a day. So that made me think about it. For
Ooh,
some days, which I'm sure this happens for you too. If I'm working, if I'm really busy, I'll get like less than 3,000 steps if I'm
it's
not.
eye-opening, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. You realize like, wait, we're active. You and I are active people. We crave movement on a daily basis and we can have 3,000 steps a day on certain days. Then it's very hard for other people to get those steps in.
Hmm.
That's kind of the reason why I wanted to figure out a way for them to get in, especially as we settle into the winter, because not a lot of people, and I didn't know this, but my aunt lives at the lake here in Missouri. They have no sidewalks. She
Oh,
can't
wow.
just go outside and take a walk. She
Yeah.
is bound to the water. So she has a treadmill at home and it's hard for her to just be on a treadmill and get 10,000 steps. So,
Mhm.
it's like a program like the cardio training that helps people get it in, even though it's mind numbing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it not mind numbing. Make your 10,000 steps a lot of fun to get to. And by establishing that goal comes your success. I love it.
Hmm.
I love it. We're going to have fun in 2025. Thank you, Ashley,
You're so
for
welcome.
being here with me and doing AgeDEFY with me. And thank you for signing up and 2.5 years later being at doing all the things of AgeDEFY. I cannot wait to do even more with you in 2025. It's going to be a great year.
Me too. I'm excited.
Thank you, Ash. Have such a good day.
Thank you. You too.
We're not going anywhere though. I'm gonna have to edit that video a lot because I cannot stop talking. I
Well,
always have
I
to add
mean,
in everything.
that's hard to do a stretch where you have to clip nothing out. That would be impressive.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I took out about 5-6 minutes of me and Deb's conversation too.
Yeah. Well, it's more
But
natural that way too. If we were to go for 10 straight minutes, that would like have to be scripted.
yeah, I was actually freaking out because I was trying to say the right things, and then I found myself like kind of floating off course, and then I'd be like, "Oh, you got to get back on course," and that makes me have anxiety, and then my heart rate goes out of my chest, and I'm like, "Oh God, pull it together." So I'm like asking
Oh,
you questions, and I'm telling myself to pull it together.
you're so silly. You come across so fine. Like nobody would ever know these things.
Oh, I love it. Well, then I'm successful at my job.
Yes.
I know Robin said that she was watching some of my YouTube videos, and her friends, like, she has put me on their TV on YouTube, and she said her friend Max said, "Man, she's so professional." And Robin goes, "Oh, I'm telling Donnell you said that."
Oh.
She will love it. Um, well, Ashley, thank you so much. I loved your answers. I'm so glad you're here. I can't believe that that's how we found each other, though, that was the video that did it.
That was the video, the truck. I remember.
That is so sweet.
Well, with marketing, they always say that you should have an ask. And I didn't think about it till I said that. That video had an ask, and I was like, I'll do it.
And I don't ever ask. That is probably the
No,
only
you
time I ever
don't.
did ask. I don't ask anything. I'm just like, well, check out Patreon if you want to.
Hmm.
Huh. Okay. Well, how's like, is your job filling up all your schedule?